All right, this is my Rubrix RXD. It's the YZ10 91 works conversion. I'm going to give you a brief overview of my shock setup. I know a lot of people are wondering about finding appropriate up travels and down travels, so I'm just going to kind of give you a quick look. This is my car straight off of the Dunbar Memorial Race at Hoosier RC. The track setup was very high grip sealed clay, pretty much the highest grip that you'd come across in indoor clay racing. And then just to kind of give you some relevance here, here is what my ride height currently is at. And then what I'm going to do is I will show you how much up travel it has on this and how far it goes up to when the tires come off the ground, just to kind of show you. So right about there, so it's about 43 is the up travel that it has. So kind of in relation, you can see the back of the car. So lots of suspension travel there. So you can see that I am in the lower holes. This is our V2 tower. I'm in the lower middle hole, middle in the arm. And then I am running a 0 eyelet in the back. And I'm gonna show you a couple more things here in just a second, just to kind of give you some more detail here. All right, here's the rear shock of my RXD. Now it is a team associated 13mm bore, 27.5 shock, rear buggy shock. So I do have 4mm of internal limiting. I am running the 0 eyelet, and I have 23mm of exposed shaft. Now again, I am middle on the arm, and I'm also lower holes, middle on the tower. This gives it quite a bit of down travel, as you've seen in the previous clip, and has the right amount of up travel as well. You can also see here that in the back of the car that I've equipped my car with a vertical ball stud mount, and I have a substantial amount of ball studs washers spacing it forward. What I've done here is trying to create forward dog bone sweep. By doing that, what ends up happening is it creates dog bone bind, which generates more grip for the back of the car. Found that paired with the ball diffs in this car has made the car an absolute dream and easy to drive. And then here's my front shock. It is a standard 13mm front buggy shock, 23mm. It does have 2mm of internal limiting, a 0 eyelet, and we are at 19mm of stroke. Okay, here I have my car set on my J-Concepts droop blocks. And we're going to be checking droop. It is on a 30mm droop block. We'll be measuring to the bottom of the axle here. So right here we are at roughly 35mm. That means the bottom of that is 5 mils above center line of the chassis. And the rear is sitting at, we'll call it 26.5. So that means roughly we're about 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 below chassis center. So that split. So we're 26 and 36. So we're about a 10mm difference from front to rear on this car. You can see here that I am running the hubs in the high roll center setting in the back. The front does not have that adjustment on here. They are in standard position. You can see the car sits with quite a bit of droop. dog bone plunge is a non-issue. And that is where I have mine set up at. The front shocks do have a 2mm piston in there. It is a 1.5 2-hole piston, be a thin piston. I do have an AE red spring on there, and I have 37.5 weight oil. The rear is a 2-hole 2mm piston. It is a 1.6 piston, and it has 35 weight oil with an AE blue rear spring. And that is my setup. All right, now the tires are back on. I'm going to show you here. Chassis flat on the table. That's the amount of up travel I've got on the rear. And here on the front, that's the amount of up travel I've got there. This car's setups worked great. I ran it outdoors at the ONS series and pretty much just showed up with it as is at the Dunbar Classic at the Hoosier Race. Threw some tires on it and it worked just as good. Car's got plenty of aluminum steering rack. I did make my own tweak to it, and I ran my steering link straight to the arm and made my own drag link, like so, and has changed the sweep of the tires significantly, so the car does have quite a bit more steering that way. It also has one less thing in there that can brake, which with this car we want all the durability we can get. So there you go. That's how I have my RXD set up.